Welcome to this video on the role of money. For those studying the AQA GCSE course, this is section 3.2.5.1 on the specification. So today we're going to be looking at how to define money, and then we're going to look at what roles money plays in an economy. So let's start by thinking about what money actually is. Physical banknotes and coins first come to mind for most people. After all, this is money that you can go and spend in shops in return for goods and services. However, in economics, this is only a subset of the larger collection of assets that can be defined as money. And when I talk about an asset, I mean anything of monetary value that can be owned by an individual or organization. Before we get on to the other types of assets that can be classed as money, a key concept that we need to know is the idea of liquidity. So what is liquidity? Well, it refers to how easily something can be spent. As you can see in the diagram here, notes and coins are very liquid assets because they can be spent easily. However, less liquid assets such as physical assets, houses, shares, they're less liquid because they can't be spent directly. They need to be converted into money by being sold before their value can actually be spent. Economists have both narrow and broad definitions of money. Narrow money refers to very liquid assets such as the notes and coins in circulation, and balances held at a central bank by commercial banks. However, broad money includes all forms of narrow money, plus less liquid assets, such as short-term government bonds. However, very illiquid assets, such as houses, are too illiquid to be called money. So hopefully what you got out of this is that money isn't just notes and coins, but it also comprises of other assets with varying liquidities. So now we know what money is. Let's look at what roles money plays in an economy. Money has four main functions. Being a medium of exchange, a store of value, a unit of account, and a method for deferred payments. So firstly, money is a medium of exchange. This is one of the main functions of money, as it allows people to more freely exchange goods and services. Without money, we would be under a barter system in which people just exchange goods and services for each other. However, this would end up being very problematic. Let's take an example where you're an apple grower and you want to buy bread. If the baker doesn't want apples, then you can't get the bread that you want. Therefore, under the barter system, that trade wouldn't be possible. But with money, the baker is willing to accept your cash payment so you can get your apples, regardless of whether he wants your apples or not. Secondly, money is a store of value. Whereas apples are perishable, money can be stored for a long period of time and used at a later date. For example, money can be saved today and used months, even years later. Money is also a unit of account. It can be used to measure the value of goods and services. This means that consumers can easily understand the value of different goods and services when they go into the supermarket and want to know how valuable different goods are. Money is also a method of deferred payment. It's a way in which people can settle debts. This means that goods can be bought and paid for at a later date. It's important to know that there are links between the four functions of money. For example, to be a method of deferred payment, money should be expected to retain its value over time and therefore be a store of value. Therefore, whether I pay £20 for a good now or in 3 months' time, the seller still gets roughly the same value in return for the goods sold. Now, I say roughly because inflation can erode the store of value of money. And if you want to know about that, look at the inflation video on this channel. Here's a news article relating to the topics explored in this video. There are some useful questions here that will help you link the article with the theory. And if you're looking for an extension, here's an interesting question here. Thank you for listening.